Alright, so for my final project, I'm going to be using screencast-o-matic.com to record a screencast and video and audio. And so that way I can talk through what kind of applications I use in class. And I'm going to start with one that I use every single day, and that is Smart Music. It does directly apply to my area, teaching orchestra. You can also use it for band. There's a few things for choir, but mainly for instrumental music. The students can log in, and the login accounts for them are free, but to use it at home and using the software, they do have to purchase it for $36 for a 1-year license. But they can come in and they can perform with the computer. I'll just open something up. And the microphone, actually the microphone that I have clipped on here on my collar is a Smart Music microphone. They can perform with the laptop. They can see the music right here. They perform with it, and it'll give them an assessment of how many notes they played correctly out of the total number of notes. Now, what's amazing about this program is it's sitting there telling me, oh, this note was flat, this was really flat, this one was good. And it was just catching my voice, so the pitch of my voice is what it was picking up. If you're actually performing with an instrument, it would be much more beneficial. But I've done that with students, and they use it. And sometimes it's hard to play that fast, so you want to learn it nice and slow, so you can start here, record it again. If you get 100% at 54, then we'll pick it up to about 63, and get up until you get to that target. And a lot of my students really enjoy this part of it, and going faster and faster, and of course as fast as it could possibly go, which is usually not humanly possible. This is a really fun program for them for that reason. It also has as me as a teacher, a great opportunity to use this kind of software at home. I can log in at home with this, no problem. My students I have one who has it right now at home, and I can send her assignments. All I have to do is log in. These are the classes that I have Smart Music with. I've used it in classes, and I have several laptops that have Smart Music, the license is on it, so I sign it, and the students sign in, and they do it in class. They do a playing test with the Smart Music. And here the students log in, they get to see the same page. They have this is our book, Essential Elements 2000. This is one of the pieces we're playing, so they can click on this and look at our piece. And if they have an assignment they have to complete, they can see the due date, and they click on it and perform it and submit it to me. Down here, this is what's really, really neat is gradebook entry for me. I can send them an assignment from the book. If you ever did it, it's just numbers, so I can send them number 21, whether it was we just did Good King Wenceslas. So I want you to perform that at this tempo and with this percentage of accuracy. And what's great about Smart Music is it tells them that. If they go slower to practice, it brings up a little box that says it says that you can practice with it, but you cannot submit at this tempo. And so once they finally get it worked up to that tempo that I want, then they can submit it. The response assignment here is just a typed response. If they've already done it in advance, or it's a drawing assignment, something like that, they have to draw something for me in Paint, they can attach it to it, and I can view that inside of the software. Assignment library, I can create units using Smart Music, and of course with music you can send in how much practice time you've done. So that's a quick overview of Smart Music. One thing with that, I talked about the student that I have who has it at home. She's doing some individual instruction stuff that I have for her. And one of the things she's using Audacity at home. And she's creating an assignment in which she's doing music that's meaningful to her. So she's creating one recording and talking about different pieces of music and why they're meaningful to her. So she used the Audacity, imported the music from her CDs, and was able to cut pieces out of it and put them together, and then record an audio track over top of it and change the levels. So when she's talking, the music goes down, and then when she's done talking, the volume of the music comes back up. So that way you can hear the music and you know what piece it is, you can recognize it. But at the same time, that way it's not just choppy where it's you hear the music and then she talks. You hear the music and she talks. So that way it's really streamlined that way. And she does, I give her some time to work on it in class. And the way I can communicate with her is I actually use Skype. So she has Skype on the laptop I provide at school. And that way if she has a question, she can send it to me right there on Skype. In the middle of class, I can say, all right, take 30 seconds and get to this piece or turn to this number or practice on your own, and turn around and look at my laptop, and I can see if Skype has a little message for me. It'll have the little number of how many messages, and click on it, and I can see if she has a message for me. And I have the dual monitor set up on my computer, so that way the students don't all see what she's asking me. So that way we do have some privacy there. And I can send it back to her, help her out if I need to. And then you can also screen share if she has a question. She has no idea what to do. She does a screen share with me. I say, oh, it's right there. And she does this, and then we've got the problem fixed. One other thing that I found very useful is the flip camera. I did my video and audio project with the flip camera. I was able to purchase this with permission of my principal and all that, and purchase this flip camera. This is so useful, and all you gotta do is turn it on, and the built-in memory, so you just gotta hit the big red button to record, hit it again to stop. You can watch it on the little screen here, and it's very good quality. It's high definition, and if I don't like it, I can erase it right on there, or I can keep it. If I want to put it on my computer, all I gotta do, there's a little tab here on the side, I slide it down, and the USB port flips out, and the software is loaded onto the camera. So if I'm visiting someone, say this coming Christmas, and I wanted to share this video with them, the software is right there on the camera, so I can download it onto their computer, install that software, show them the files, the videos that they want, and then if they want to take it off, they can uninstall it when I'm done. It also charges, the battery charges using the USB port. Here's some of the videos that I've used. The FlipShare comes with it. These are videos I've done, just recorded. You can edit all of them right here on the page. This is one of my daughter at church when we were there for an activity.
Hey Lily, are you doing your daily sorting? So this is what we do at church.
And she's sitting there. I'm just testing. This was the first day I actually tested out my flip camera, so I was having a good time with her with that. In the classroom, I've used it. This is one of my students. She thought it would be fun to do this for class, so she stood up and did a little Irish jig. So it's really fun for that, as we have capture little moments, and then at the end of the year I can do a little DVD of memories from this year. I did do my video project, like I said, right on here, and this is it. And there it is. I can trim it. I can add the credits to it at the beginning and the end, whatever I want. And I can share really easily right here. That's what I did. I just went online, click publish items to the web, put in my YouTube account. It did it automatically, and it's very, very, very handy. You can create little greeting cards, digital cards, and snapshots, all that fun stuff with that. So Flip, I highly recommend you getting a Flip camera. My wife and I are talking about getting one of our own for at home, just because it is so, so useful, so easy, so handy. One other thing I want to talk about, I'm long-winded, is BumpTop. BumpTop has been very useful for me, and it was a free application. I was able to find this one before Google bought it. Google did purchase BumpTop. I was able to find this one just before they bought it. So it is free, and it was free. Bump Top is a 3D desktop world, and I just do is double click on my desktop, and now I have 4 different walls that I can work with and manipulate with. I can put any folder I want up here, and so here's my hard drive. I can put it up there. If I want to make sure I have a certain folder that I always remember to do something, it's like, well, my to-do folder is pretty important. So I can make my to-do folder really big. It's like, all right, I have something I need to do today. I can make that nice and big, open it up, and there it is. At the beginning of the year, we had an assignment where we read about different ways of being organized, and one of those was the Franklin-Covey method. If you had a chance to look at that, this is what it is in the background underneath all of my sticky notes. And at the top left here, the first matrix is the urgent and important. So these are things that I need to get done soon. Things that are important, but I can wait a little bit to do them. Things that are not important, but they are urgent. Things that are not important and not urgent. So these have been on my list all year. And will probably still be there this time next year. Bump Top allows you to make sticky notes. That's what all these are from. I just double click new note, and it brings up a new note for me. So I can delete that one real quick. I'll make a new note. So in class, Jim happened to step on his violin case, so we need to get Jim a new case. So I can pull this up really fast and make a note for myself. Order Jim a new violin case. Need to do that soon because now his violin doesn't have a home. So I can make sure that this sticky note is right on top. So as soon as I'm done with class, I can go in, get all the paperwork done I need to order that new violin case. If it's not as important to me, I can make it smaller, put it down, and you can prioritize with this. This is what's neat. If it's, well, it's kind of important, but after I finish this one, then I can move on to that one. So I need to get that case before I order the new rosin, or if they want to group them together, I do need to get the rosin at the same time. So prioritizing with Bump Top is really easy, and the backgrounds on it are just dark backgrounds. They're just gray. This is actually a image that I took of the Franklin-Covey method. So over here on this wall is a picture of my son just being really silly. And these are the post-it notes I use for my elementary schools, so I need to make sure I bring cello rosin for so-and-so. I just took his name out so I wouldn't have any of that FERPA stuff. So, because I teach at 6 different schools, this way, if I need to remember something specifically for a school, I can just double-click in here, right? I need to make sure I have this music copied. Music copies for Steve. And there it is. I remember next time I go to Roosevelt, before I go, I check this, and there it is. Oh yeah, I need to get those copies for Steve. So the Bump Top is very, very helpful to be organized. And like I said, if you can still find a free version, it was free. Google's probably going to be sending out their improved version of it soon. But yeah, that's all the things I use. I use other programs like Word and some PowerPoint and things like that. But those are most of the ones that I found very useful that I've started using this year. And so that's my final project.